So, I heard you're looking for a go-to source for entertainment.
Wait for it.
Gaming?
Wait for it.
Anime?
Plus Ultra!
Mr. Eric Almighty and Phil the Filipino? Yeah, they've got you covered. And all you gotta do is... wait for it. This is the Wait For It podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wait For It podcast. I am your co-host, Phil Smith, aka Phil the Filipino. And joining me as always is your other co-host, Mr. Eric Almighty. And Eric, surprise, surprise, for those of you that are not members of our Patreon, first off, how dare you? Second off, you may have not heard the tease of this wonderful, wonderful return of What Did I Miss? And it is back in a brand new format that we're going to tell you all about here in just a moment. But Eric, I'm excited to be doing this not only with bringing this back for the sake of us, but also this will be another series in which we get to spend some time with our guests and our friends and just have a good time. There's chances this is going to be extremely messy and a complete disaster. And I think maybe that's probably I think that might be one of the reasons I'm excited for it to return.
Yeah, no, totally. We have a lot of structured episodes we've been doing for a while, so it just kind of felt right for this series to make a comeback. And honestly, I mean, this series has had a couple different iterations since we started the podcast, so I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out and what's going to happen and just kind of see where it goes from there. As far as, the mistakes and all of that, we're going to just deal with it. We're going to roll with the punches.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. I think, again, it's going to create for a whole lot of fun. And, like you said, there's been a lot of iterations of this show, of this episode. And I think at its core, What Did I Miss is at the core of the Wait For It podcast. Obviously it got to a point where we weren't really enjoying it and it needed retooling. And that is what we are doing here today. So it's going to be a little bit different if you've been listening to the podcast for a while. There's not going to be any, where we used to talk about like what songs are on the playlist, don't be a dick stories, multiple stories like that. It's a little bit different. So it's still going to be pop culture based, of course. So each of us have picked one story. So me, Eric, and our two guests will pick a story each and every single month, and we will discuss it. And then at the very end of the episode, we will play some games, which has been a huge hit. Over on the Creator Spotlights, Eric. We have absolutely loved doing that, so it was just natural to bring it over here. So if that's confusing, I don't know, read the show notes, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty straightforward. I don't think it should be confusing. So we are going to get into all of that here in just a moment. I want to welcome in all of the brand new listeners that are checking out the show for the very first time. Wild choice to pick.
Crazy. Phil just basically told you to fuck right off. You don't know how to read, so welcome.
If you don't know how to read, learn to read, and then come back to the episode, I guess. So I apologize, but
this is a bonus episode. We don't really have to try.
Yeah. Also, fuck you.
Okay. It's just getting more.
If you want, not to point any fingers, but.
Well, without further ado, we have some guests that we'd love to meet you.
We have two returning guests that we've had on the podcast in just different iterations of the show. Like you mentioned, Eric, we've all the way back to kind of the beginning, and then Jordan, who of course we started hanging out with a little bit later. The wonderful creator of our logo, and this is. Honestly, guys, this is, if you're wondering what we're doing at nights, is these four people getting absolutely annihilated in Fortnite. So we just brought that over here, and we're going to get absolutely annihilated in the podcast forum instead. So that'll be a really, really good time. We'll introduce first Philline, my sister, who, again, you guys have heard on various episodes over the course of the show. Philline, thanks so much for coming on to what is sure to be just an absolute dumpster fire of an episode. How are you doing this evening?
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be back. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, but we'll see how it goes. Like you said,
it's gonna be great. We got Philline a shiny microphone as well,
yes.
So she is prepared. We got her upgraded. Next, we're gonna upgrade Jordan as she joins us via Turtle Beach headset. We thank you so much for hanging out in your purple room. But no, Jordan, thanks for being part of this, again, experimental stage of the podcast. And how are you doing tonight? And how are you feeling about the return of What Did I Miss?
I'm feeling pretty great about it. I'm excited to get annihilated tonight, as we've mentioned. Annihilated in all ends.
Yeah, Jordan will finally listen to an episode because she's on it. So that'll be great. You know, it'll be fantastic for Jordan to catch up on the podcast.
And I'm very prepared for this episode.
Yes, with your one story. Thank you for the hours of prep I'm sure it took.
We appreciate all of you. Again, hopefully there's no overlap. We haven't shared any of the stories. Eric says he has a backup. I don't. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes,
that was a good idea.
We definitely have not shared. Right, Jordan?
Yeah.
Wink.
Oh. Okay. Never mind then. Okay. You said wink. I don't know if you meant to do that, but
No, we definitely did not share. Wink.
Yeah, because of the implication.
Okay, never mind. Okay. By the time this again evolves more and more, this soundboard is going to be full of clips. I cannot wait to add on to this. Eric has given me control of the soundboard, which means anything could happen. So it's going to be pretty exciting as we evolve here in the What Did I Miss? I would say 3.0. Eric, I think I'm going to give this a What Did I Miss 3.0 version 3.0 as it's being resurrected. So let's get into what the bulk of this episode is going to be, which is we're going to discuss some pop culture stories, and then we're going to play some games at the end of this. And for the sake of this episode and who gets to go first, we will be spinning the wheel, which is my absolute favorite thing to do, as we have all of our oh, look at that. I've been looking up some Panda Dunks to buy. And thanks for listening, Google. I appreciate it. No, absolutely no privacy whatsoever. All right. Should we spin that wheel? Should we do like a spin that wheel? Should we do that? Is everybody down?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Jordan, you're on mute.
Oh, what were we supposed to be doing?
You have one job. One job, Jordan. Pay
I'm testing my mic.
I'm testing my mic.
God.
Completely unhinged.
Oh,
this is
no.
what you wanted, Phil. This is it. This is what you've invited.
All right. On the count of three, we're going to say...
Wait, Jordan doesn't know what she's saying. Oh, okay.
He's supposed to tell
saying
us.
it right now. We're going to say spin that wheel. And then as we invite, obviously, audience members to watch us, they're going to be saying it with us, naturally,
Yes.
Eric. To the thousands of people that are eventually going to be watching. All right. This will be interesting to see who's on like a lag. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Spin that wheel!
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. All right. Oh,
okay.
and just there we go. All right, Eric
Yay.
is going first. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
And there we go. All right, Eric, you are going to kick off the first story for the brand new What Did I Miss 3.0. Go ahead.
Interesting. Okay, so I actually picked one that I thought was kind of insightful that we can kind of all talk about, because I don't know where everyone sits on this. So this is actually related to the Oppenheimer Blu-ray release, and Christopher Nolan is talking a little bit about some of the concerns about DVDs, Blu-rays, and things like that going away. So he said, quote, "Some of our industry's biggest filmmakers and most important movie stars went to bed the night before thinking they were working for the greatest movie studio and woke up to find out they were working for the worst streaming service." And this was in reference to a lot of issues that happened with HBO Max. He then goes on to say, in relation to that, if you buy a 4K, you buy a Blu-ray, it's on your shelf, it's yours. No company's gonna break into your house, take it from you, repossess it. It's yours, you own it. They never really, that's never really the case with any form of digital distribution. So this story, and my question to you guys is, with streaming services completely taking over, How do you guys feel about the lack of DVDs, the lack of Blu-rays? You guys already know where I stand game-wise. I have to buy everything digitally, like the $70 Call of Duty that I bought and I hope we're all going to play. That's really the reason I brought up this story. Please buy it. How do you guys feel about... Phil! Phil! How do you guys feel about physical media versus the digital world that we are in? So I'm going to shoot this one over to Philline first, then Jordan, and then Phil.
Personally, I think that I love just purchasing the physical copy just for the aesthetics of it and like the case, and I like purchasing like I still have a whole bunch of them, and I like displaying them throughout the house, but I never watch them. I don't ever. Sometimes most of mine are not even open, so I get it in the sense of it's probably not marketable anymore. People don't purchase them anymore, but personally for me, I like purchasing them just because I like looking at them and I like having the physical copy and having it displayed throughout the house. I mean, I still purchase VHSs to do that, so and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess for me it's just more of just looking at them is what I like.
All right, Jordan.
I agree with Philin on that sense too. It's just like the aesthetic of having like, and this is coming from someone who's a designer, it's just like the visuals of like what's presented in Blu-rays and DVDs. Like there's an example, like you see like our video games have like those cool steel books that people like to collect. Even like the Knives Out DVD, I don't know if anyone's like familiar with it. It has like a really cool design, a really cool sleeve, lots of cool aspects about it. So I think that's like where it's like interesting to buy it, but I think like unless you are creative about like your Blu-rays or your DVDs and how you're marketing it, it might not be as purchased as like say those like collector's editions that you're seeing that are coming out. And we've seen this happen a lot even with like CDs, and like vinyl records are coming back as like a collector, but like people are still using Spotify to like listen to music digitally, you know? So I think it's just like as we keep moving forward, we're gonna keep seeing media change and media shifts.
Yeah, very important to keep the vinyls alive, although if you're on Spotify, we have the Wait For It playlist. Shameless plug. Phil.
Yeah, you know me, Eric. I have so many of movies that, you know, specifically the steelbooks that, just like Philin said, I don't ever really watch them because they are available to stream. But if I ever did want to watch them, you know, they are there. And, you know, a lot of them come with really cool collector's cases. I mean, Eric, you have the Your Name one. That's really, really cool. I have a few from movies that are just really, really near and dear to my heart that I want to add to my collection. And it is kind of a bummer that's going away. I remember earlier in the year, Best Buy said they're no longer going to be selling physical DVDs and Blu-rays. And that's really sucks because that's where you get the steelbook. So I wonder if they're just going to make it an online only thing. But just physical media in general, like, you know, I love to purchase physical copies of games because I still trade them in. I might be the last person that still goes to GameStop, at least while it's around. But I really like to do that. I mean, I have manga of shows that we've watched. I already know what happens, but I just like having them because I'm a fan of the shows. So having that kind of stuff, like art books, also I get a lot of art books for video games and even movies. I mean, I have an art book for Dear Evan Hansen. I've never really looked at it, but like I like that I have it because I'm a fan of that musical. So it is a bummer that stuff is kind of going away. But yeah, that's just kind of the product of the times. And it kind of sucks because like I'm not going to bring people over and be like, hey, look at my digital library. Look at all these movies and video games that I have. It's not the same. It bums me out.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's completely fair. Everybody brings up a pretty valid point. I think the thing I take away from it is that it feels like it's becoming more of a collector's arena for those type of things. Like, I just don't think in 5-10 years we're going to be like actively buying regular DVDs anymore. I think that's the way it's going. But like collector's items, that'll be interesting, but those come in limited quantities. So I'm just kind of really curious what that physical media is going to look like. And yeah, that's our first What Did I Miss? Back from the break is talking about that.
You don't even get a physical copy of the game for some collector's editions video games. I have a steelbook for The Last of Us and Horizon. They didn't come with a disc copy. They just gave me the steelbook. There's no game in it, but they give you the steelbook copy. It's strange. I don't get it. I also feel this way about tickets. And I work in the ticketing space, so I hear this a lot. I miss being able to display your ticket. Like, I like having that as a keepsake. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like, remember we used to have like our tickets to wrestling and movies and all that stuff. And I miss that. Like, but I get it. Save the turtles and all that shit, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, tickets are like holiday cards. I mean, they're cool for like the first minute, and then you toss them in the
throw
trash.
away holiday cards. For those of you that didn't listen to Eric on last year's Christmas special, Eric gets your card. I think this applies to birthday cards too, and just throws them out immediately.
Any type of card, and if there's no money in it, then I have to pretend like I wasn't looking for the money, and then I just immediately throw it in the trash the first chance I get. So
Well, because
Don't
Eric
get
can't
Eric a card.
read. So
Oh,
that too.
That too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
That's an issue.
That does make it difficult, doesn't it?
Yes, not being able to read. Yeah, it does pose an issue. So. All right. Good first story, Eric. Let's go back to the wheel. Hold on a second. And we're gonna do it again. This is gonna be the highlight of this whole thing. I think. All right, ready? We're gonna count to 3 again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Spin
that
wheel. All right, that one wasn't as good as the first time, but it's okay.
No, it's okay. We're gonna figure it out.
All right, let's see who is going next. Oh, well, okay, Eric, the exact opposite of what you wanted to happen.
I literally
your plan.
recommended. I'm like, let's let our new guest come on first. No, you had to do this fucking wheel.
I'm gonna spin the wheel.
Woo.
I just spilt my water. So that's how that's going. We're just gonna leave that alone. Did it spill on anything important? Nah, we're good. We are fine. All right. I picked this story especially for Philline and Eric, as this is their favorite franchise, as Bob Iger has announced that Frozen 4 is in the works at Disney. You might be confused because aren't there only 2 Frozens? Yup, they haven't even released Frozen 3, and Bob Iger has already talked about how Frozen 4 is going to be back. This is an article from Variety. Disney is heading back to Arendelle. Bob Iger revealed the studio is working on a 4th Frozen movie in addition to the previously announced Frozen 3, which hasn't been released yet. Frozen 3 is in the works, and there might be a Frozen 4 in the works too, Disney CEO said Thursday on Good Morning America, but I don't have much to say about those films right now. Frozen songwriters Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez will be back to pen new tunes for the 2 follow-up films. Iger made the announcement from Disney's theme park in Hong Kong, where he's in town for the opening ceremony of World of Frozen. And obviously, Frozen 2019, and then Frozen, the original film, took the world by storm, and then the sequel came out in 2019. It was okay, it's fine. But Eric's not Eric's favorite film. Philline hates the character that I think everybody loves, which is Olaf. And Jordan, I don't think we've ever talked about Frozen because really there's no need to talk about Frozen. But I brought this up for a couple of reasons. One, obviously Frozen 3 isn't even out yet. But I also brought it up because are you guys kind of worried about this is just really what we're going to get from Disney now is more sequels and then the live actions, and then they're just going to completely stray away from original IPs. Now, we're all about to go see Wish here the next week. Philline, you'll probably see it this week too, if you have time. We're all about to go see Wish. It's not getting great reviews, but we have, high hopes for it. But are you worried that because if Wish bombs, there was obviously the movie that came out earlier or at the end of last year. What was A Strange World? Didn't do too well. Elemental, I know Eric absolutely loves, but as far as like box office numbers, it did like okay. But
it beat out Encanto. Excuse me, that is fake news. Fake news.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, Encanto also released during the pandemic, so that's not relevant. Encanto is also a superior film. Elemental is mid. But anyway, are you guys a little worried that this is the direction that we're going to see from pretty much all studios? I mean, we've already seen it for the most part, but how do you feel not only about Frozen 3 and Frozen 4, but also just the direction of, IPs and them going away from original ideas? So we will start, we'll pass it to Jordan first, then we'll go to Eric, and then we'll go to Philline.
I think it's definitely something we've seen and coming from Disney for like a few years now. Because even like when you think of like back in the day, say back in the day, like it was a long time ago, but like there's like 8 Aladdins that are out, like 4 Little Mermaids. There's like sequels and sequels like on everything, and then we're just like remaking them live action. And then now they're like releasing more Frozen's. Frozen's becoming this like Ice Age thing, and I like Fast and Furious is like a 10 series thing. There's just like everything is like a series, like every movie you think of, and then there's like spin-offs of shows coming out. Harry Potter is being remade on HBO. It's like I don't know if we're running out of like creative ideas, but it seems that like anything that is new that's coming out, they're not successful. But then they're like, so everyone's kind of just like thinking on the safe side, like what worked before, let's just do that, spend our money on that, you know?
Yeah, like people are complaining that there's nothing new, but then they're not supporting the things that are new, which is upsetting. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, so I don't give a shit about Frozen. I actually was looking at some information about Elemental, so I'm just going to go on a quick rant about that. So Disney announced that Elemental had 26.4 million views in the first 5 days following its release on Disney+. The largest, by the way, on the platform. In addition to that...
Yeah, because people didn't want to go pay to see it.
In addition to that, by August 20th, Elemental had surpassed Across the Spider-Verse's international box office. So, suck it! How about that?
That's fine. That's fine. Of the 4 people here, there's a pretty good sample size of people in this party right now who has seen Elemental.
Okay. Well, that's not fair. That's not fair.
All right, so 50% of us. So yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
Oh, yeah, Frozen's fine. It's nobody. I don't want to see another Frozen.
I was there. I'm going to. I'm gonna see it, but
I'm not actually. I don't want to do it anymore. I gave
fair.
the second one a fair shot. To be
You
completely
did.
honest, I did, and it was not any better. And it's in any way, shape, or form. The story was still pretty dull. The music was just as bad. So I mean, it just is what it is.
We don't
Well, I
slander
don't-
the music in Frozen 2.
Yeah, what's wrong
yeah,
with
the
you?
music in
Let
Frozen
it
2
go
is
and
very good.
Yeah,
Is
let
way
it go
better
and
than-
Into the
Let It Go
Unknown
is
is it.
Frozen.
No,
Frozen
Into the Unknown is an overrated song. It's all about show yourself.
Show yourself.
Show yourself is the superior Frozen song, as displayed by the fantastic Phantasmic show in the Hollywood studios. Anyway, Philline, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know if it's just like a cash grab or if it's, I don't really know what they're thinking. It's like Jordan said, like back in the day, they had multiple like, wow. I can't think of the word.
Sequels.
Yeah, multiple sequels of a whole bunch of different movies back in the day, and a lot of straight to DVD movies that happened back. But it just, and then it goes back to like movies like you know, everybody knows My Love is Tangled, and that movie never got any sort of sequel. Like it got a series that was, personally, I really enjoyed the series, very good. But I don't quite understand why they would make sequels for this movie. Frozen 2 was, I believe, was a great ending to the story. I think that Anna has the rightful throne, and it ended perfectly. And maybe in Frozen 3, we will say #kill Olaf. Thank you.
Okay, well, that's probably should have expected that. Yeah, there's a lot of finality in Frozen 2. So, like, we don't need any follow-up. Like, if you want to do series, like a show, I think that would be fine. But we don't need 3 and 4. This also reminds me of, like, how we don't need an Inside Out 2. Like, Inside Out 2, I think, is one of those perfect Disney Pixar films in its original iteration. So, there's really not any way for them to do better, I don't think. And then they're just going to add more emotions, which makes sense as you're getting older. But, again, we don't need Inside Out 2. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I think it will probably still make a ton of money, and it will be like, well, we should do an Inside Out 3, and then that one will just be for adults, and it will be really, really sad. So maybe we do need more Inside Outs. I don't know. I'd watch it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at Toy Story. It got four movies, so...
Disney can kind of up the ante, make like a horny emotion.
Maybe
That's
someone
big
else will
mouth.
make that.
That's like a partnership with like
Yeah.
FX and Disney and
It'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be excellent. So
I think it's definitely a cash grab though, because like when you think of Disney, they can sell as many Olafs as possible, and they're gonna keep making money because kids are gonna keep eating it up.
yeah, I mean, but then at the same time, they're barely marketing Wish. You know, like I don't understand. I hope that movie is good, but you know, again, the marketing hasn't done it really a whole lot of favors. But I mean, we see that in video games too. Like, do they need to remaster The Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Part 1 by any matter? Do they need to remaster that? No. So it is a vicious
There you were
circle.
buying it.
Oh, I'm still gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm part of the problem. I'm not gonna change. You guys need to do something. I am not going to do it. I have admitted I'm part of the problem. So, all right, ready to go back to the wheel? Let's get back. We have 2 people left, and all right, here you go. You guys ready? All right, Jordan's on mute. 1,
I'm here.
2, 3. Spin that wheel. It's getting worse as we go. It's getting worse as we go. Also, this is the episode that I'm going to edit the least. There's going to be very little editing in this, so it is what it is. So let's go to the wheel. I don't know how we did it so well the first time around. All right, and I think it's going to be. It's Jordan. All right. All right, Jordan, what you got?
Woohoo! Well, I think this is a good transition because we talked about series that are like getting spin-offs and then having sequels. So one thing I wanted to bring up, because it's premiering in a couple of days, I don't know when this episode specifically is airing, but the Squid Game, The Challenge, the reality TV show, is coming out on Netflix on November 22nd. So just to read a little bit of the synopsis, 456 real players will enter a competition show in pursuit of a life-changing reward of $4.56 million. And as they compete through a series of games inspired by the original South Korean show, plus surprising new additions, their strategies, alliances, and characters will put to the test while competitors are eliminated around them. Of course, not lethally, like it is in the show. That would be a different spin, of course. I would love to see someone do something like that. But I know they had made headlines previously this year as well. Like in January, I think some of the players who were involved in the game kind of spoke out anonymously about how the Squid Game reality TV show gave them like unsafe conditions. I mean, it's Squid Game. It's gonna be unsafe, I feel. But what are your thoughts on like how, of course, we talked about like sequels and how no one's thinking creatively. Like, people are getting these like reality TV shows. I think that's what's coming out a lot, is like we have so many like Love Islands, like spin-offs of Love Island, so many spin-offs of like different reality TV shows. Like Love is Blind is constantly coming out on Netflix, and then Netflix, I feel like, is constantly just pushing out like random reality TV shows as well, because they're just updating their policies like consistently. Especially with the Squid Game. We haven't even gotten to season 2 for Squid Game, which we're left on a cliffhanger. But starting with you, Phil, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Netflix will give us everything but season 2 of Squid Game and Arcane. They just refuse to do it, but they'll do everything else, including a Squid Game a real reality show.
The two best non-Stranger Things content that they have, and they don't want to give it to us.
Absolutely insane. But yeah, I mean, I did remember seeing those headlines earlier. It's so strange. It reminds me of, Eric, I don't know if you remember this back in the day. There was a rumor that they were going to make a Snakes on the Plane reality TV show with real snakes, and it was going to have like, they were going to have like people try to survive a game show on a plane with snakes, and it never came to fruition, thank God. But that's what this reminds me of. Like, obviously it's going to be unsafe conditions, and it's so funny because so many people were pointing out like Netflix completely missed the point of the show, which is about greed and, you know, not buying into this corporate mindset and everything. And now here they are making this reality TV show. Am I gonna watch it? Again, yes, I'm part of the problem. I'm probably gonna check it out. But you know me, like, you guys know that I'm not a big reality TV show fan. I don't know how you feel about it, Eric. You gonna watch this?
No. I mean, it looks like a carbon copy of Squid Game. Like, I can't imagine. It's going to just be lamer. Like, it's just going to be lamer.
Right.
And, like, I don't really care too much. I get my reality kick watching, like, Hell's Kitchen. That's what I'm watching right now. And I do that, like, annually. And then once I've watched it, I'm like, yeah, that's good enough for me. There's, like, some skill that actually has to happen. But it follows the same formula. They all follow a very similar formula. And I don't think this is going to be any different. Philline, is this your cup of tea? Like, is this something that you're going to dive into?
So we all know I am a reality TV junkie. I watch all of the reality TV on Netflix. But I think Netflix really needs to kind of step back and kind of look into the reality TV, because I don't know if anybody's heard, but there's a lawsuit currently going on with Love is Blind. There has been a couple cast members that have come out about not being able to, like, they don't get fed, they don't get enough sleep. There was a sexual misconduct that just got reported last season of Love is Blind. So there's just a lot of stuff that there's a lot of cast members that have started coming out about, like, just how unsafe they feel in just Love is Blind. Like, that's just a regular show, like a love show, you know. I can't imagine what would happen in a show like Squid Game.
The thing is, this
Love is Blind is unsafe. How can Squid Game be safe?
Exactly.
This has 456 contestants too, which, like, you found 456 people in the U.S. who want to participate, but, like,
Oh, I'm sure there are way more that signed up for it too.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like with that many people in a reality TV show, because obviously there's probably not repeat people in all these reality TV shows, and if there are, it's very minimal. But there's definitely going to be a controversy and, like, a scandal coming out of it. Like, it's a high. You're, like, raising your chances at this point.
And then I can't imagine, like, with Netflix too, like, there's a lot of stories coming out, like, I think this is with any reality TV, like, they go and search for people. Like, they go on Instagram and they'll search hashtags and they'll reach out to them and say, like, oh, I think you'll be good for this show, and you could be trying out for what you think is Love is Blind, but then they throw you in Squid Games, is what I've heard. Like,
that'd be funny.
You'll like you're just trying out for just in general a reality show with Netflix, but then you're thrown into.
Morally, it's wrong, but I think that's hilarious. Could you imagine, like, you think you're about to go, like, on a date, like a blind date, and then this giant arena opens up and you're in Hunger Games?
Yes, I'm hopeful.
They hand you the jumpsuit and they're like, here, zip this up, and you're like,
Excuse me? It has a number on it and shit. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be behind a screen, right?
You know,
like...
listen, and I get that, like, there's definitely a lot of money in reality TV. That's totally fine. But, like, and I mentioned this earlier in the year, Eric, when I talked about Nimona. What Netflix needs to be focusing on is animation. They are killing it when it comes to animation. We talked about Arcane. Nimona is one of my favorite movies of the year. If you're going to plug Elemental, I'm going to plug Nimona. I absolutely love that film. Philline really loved it as well. So that's where they need to focus. Pinocchio just won a fucking Oscar. Like, that is where they need to be putting their money into, is animation, because they're doing great. They've got, obviously, a lot of anime on there now too, so that's what they need to be focusing on, man, is the animation. So
yeah, but I mean, we could continue to focus on the stuff that works, or we could do Squid Game, the reality show, and we could do Matt Rife, the comedy special. So that's what he's getting roasted right now.
I could watch a Squid Game anime. I mean, it would just be the show in anime, but I'd watch it. They'd be even more violent than they already are, so why not? All right, should we spin the wheel?
Yes, we have to.
Hell yeah. All right, again, since this is the whole basis of this show, wait until Eric gets the real wheel set up. This is going to get even better.
It's going to be so great.
All right, this is the last chance. I don't know that we've figured out exactly how, because I don't know what we did differently on the very first one, but that was our best one, and it's progressively gotten worse. So, okay. There we go. Jordan's on mute again.
I'm on mute.
Okay. God, dude.
1, 2, 3. Spin that wheel.
Yeah, that was better.
Bad.
All right, better. All right, who's it
gonna be?
Ooh.
We just want to check. Oh.
This is gonna be close.
I can add images.
It's Eric again.
Philline.
It's Philline. What is this? Whoa! I can add a center image? You guys, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this.
Oh my
wheel.
God.
All right. Okay, Philline, wrap it up here before we get into the games. What did you find pop culture-wise? What's going on in November that people may have missed?
Okay, so I didn't really go pop culture wise, but it is like funny and like relatable to where we all are, which is Florida, which people may know. So I am wondering if anybody would like to join for the February 24th, 2024 Florida Man Games. The very first Florida Man Games is coming out next year. There will be games such as, evading arrest, beer bellies, and catalytic converters. In this article I see here, the guy who is organizing the games says there's going to be a part in one of our obstacle courses where you have to throw an alligator through a drive-through window. I know you've heard that Florida man story. Pete says during the podcast, referencing when a Florida man threw an alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru. It's just really trying to compile these in the most legal way possible and turn them into an athletic competition. So going on the website, let's see. There's weaponized pool noodle mud duel. There's evading arrest obstacle course, category 5 cash grab, a catalytic converter, 2 bikes, and a handful of copper pipes, race against time, beer belly Florida sumo, and those are all the games occurring next year.
Beer belly Florida sumo. That's so funny. I did actually see that this was happening. My question is, can you bet on it? Maybe I can throw some money in.
Phil's just trying to find a way to gamble.
Yeah, I'm just looking for new ways to gamble. Where's
this will be in
place?
St. Augustine, so we can get a...
Oh, shit! We can get a UFO taco and go watch
while
the
we're watching
games.
the games.
This podcast
We'll get a
is
UFO
not
taco.
This podcast is not sponsored by A1A Burrito Works. Oh man, now I can't wait.
But it could be.
But it could be. Hit us up. Hit us up, Burrito Works.
That was good. That was
I
good.
just imagine us
throwback
getting
to Florida, man.
UFO tacos and getting evading arrest at the same time. That's
Absolutely,
what we see Phil doing.
Just like, and then I collapse because I have like an asthma attack. Like,
Your fib goes off.
right?
And then, it just starts
We're
beeping.
like, no, please, let me eat my UFO taco. Does it say anything about prizes?
Let's see.
What would you win? What do you think Florida Man would win? Maybe like meth?
I would just think a plaque would do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Legal as possible. Sorry.
2 months of immunity from jail.
That's pretty
There you
good.
go.
That's pretty good.
Year's worth of Publix subs. It's a good one.
Pub subs, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I compete. I compete for that. Yeah, that'd be solid. Well, Philline really captured the essence of what this series, I think, is going to be. So we definitely appreciate that story. And you also set us up pretty... Did we
lose her?
Did we lose Philline?
No, I'm here.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
We'll keep going.
You're also very staticky.
Uh-oh.
No editing.
No, we're not gonna.
Nope.
All right.
We lost your video. Hit your camera.
Uh-oh.
What does that
It says
icon mean?
live video will return when your internet improves.
Okay,
So-
maybe try disconnecting some stuff. Do you have like the PlayStation on or anything? Oh, there you go.
Hello?
There we
Am I
go.
back?
All right. Yes.
Yeah, very good.
All
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was
Phil.
fun.
Curiosity. So nobody else did backup stories?
No,
I
why?
actually
You got
I had a backup.
Did you? Okay, I was gonna say like an honor. We should probably do like honorable mentions
one? Yeah, sure.
just for it, or just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
The only other two I had, and I'll just throw them out here. And again, we can or cannot talk about them. I was gonna bring up if I did the Christopher Nolan story, but my backup technically was about the fact that they scrapped Coyote versus Acne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that that's like going through Congress and like after Batgirl, like all these movies just getting written off as a tax write-off.
Yeah.
I also had Doctor Doom potentially as a topic, but I knew everyone's in a different state of MCU right now with their viewing. And then my last plan C was Josh Oliver interfering in the election for Bird of the Year and the Puteki Teki winning it all. Did you guys hear about that?
Josh Oliver, the football player?
Josh Oliver, the comedian.
John Oliver.
John Oliver.
John Oliver. Not Josh Oliver.
Josh Oliver, greatest
That would-
tight end
You know what?
in
That would
Jacksonville
explain
Jaguar
why none of my
history.
searches were pulling up.
Eric's
John
like, I have no
Oliver.
research about this.
I knew it happened.
Josh Oliver, greatest
Josh
tight
Oliver.
end in Jacksonville Jaguar
That's
history.
probably why I
Josh
kept
Oliver.
thinking Josh Oliver, because you just told me
Was
about
talking
Josh
about him.
Oliver.
Had a
Yeah,
great
John
game last
Oliver
night.
interfering in the Bird of the Year election.
I did
And,
not hear about that.
The
No.
Puteki Teki is the
What
Bird of the
fuck
Year.
is a Puteki Teki?
What are you talking?
Yeah, what the hell is
It's
that?
like a party in your mouth. The Puteki Teki.
I don't like
Wait,
that.
it's a real
Okay.
bird?
Yeah, and it's the bird of the century.
What?
Yep.
How is that a party in my mouth? I'm gonna eat that bird.
If you just type in Puteki Teki, you'll also see John Oliver as the Puteki Teki.
Oh my god!
Share screen.
Here we go.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Can I zoom?
that's
Yeah.
the Puteki Teki.
What?
This is a real bird?
Yeah,
It's kind of terrifying.
that's pretty good.
Now you gotta Photoshop Josh Oliver.
There you go. Yeah, there
That's
you go. Now I gotta
true.
put football player Josh Oliver
That
in
feels
here.
like a lot of work.
For those of you that are not watching on YouTube or our Patreon, you're missing out on the Puteki Teki. So
Yeah.
I've also heard that like the Acme movie, Coyote vs Acme movie is actually pretty good too. So from people that have seen it, like it's weird. Yeah, they can't keep doing that shit and then getting just like I said, attacks right off. I'm glad somebody like is stepping in because a lot of people work really hard on those movies. And Batgirl may have been terrible, but like it at least deserved a shot, you know.
They released The Flash.
Right.
So-
The Flash is out, then the Eternals exist, so like the Batgirl can exist on some sort of plane. But yeah, Jordan,
But
what was your backup?
Yeah, what was yours?
I was just gonna talk about how Timothy Chalamet featured in SNL, and Wonka comes out next month, and Hugh Grant is the Oompa Loompa, as revealed in the trailer number 2 that just came out.
I have no desire to see Wonka whatsoever, so
Yeah.
You don't want to see Hugh Grant sing as an Oompa Loompa?
not really. The only thing I want to see Hugh Grant in is Paddington 3.
That's right.
as we await the greatest film franchise in all time, the greatest cinematic universe to
He's
exist.
the greatest showman, isn't he?
That's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Well, I'm glad I didn't pick that story because I was going to talk about.
You thought it was?
I was going to talk about greatest showman.
Guys, Wolverine's an Oompa Loompa.
I'd like to see that. I'd probably see it more if it were Hugh Jackman. So, or more likely to see it. I
Little
should say.
Oompa
So,
Jackman.
and,
Claws.
yeah.
Hey, bub, want some chocolate?
Hey, bub, what's some shing? Okay.
Hugh
Anyway,
Jackman and Donald Glover as Wonka. That's what we should do.
That'd be good.
there you go. They haven't released a trailer yet, but pictures came out from the Donald Glover Mr. and Mrs. Smith show. So that'll be interesting.
Interesting.
Excited for that to
Honorable
come out.
mentions. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get into some games here, and we're gonna do a couple of top 10 lists, and then the game that I created. And we're gonna do the game that I created first because
Okay, so-
Flynn kind of spoiled it. Because the game that I have created and the game that we will be playing today is Chat GPT or Florida Man. So
Oh my god.
I typed into Chat GPT to generate fake Florida Man stories, and I picked out some of my favorites. And you guys are going to try and decipher if these are real Florida Man headlines or Chat GPT. And I'll tell you, Chat GPT came up with some really good ones. So I think this will be a whole lot of fun. I don't know how I got this idea, but I just wanted to incorporate Chat GPT somehow. So it was really funny that Philline picked that Florida Man story for her What Did I Miss story. So Let's go. I got 5 here, and you guys can work together to decide if these are real or Chat GPT. First one. Florida man charged for throwing hot dog at St. Pete police officer. Real or Chat GPT?
I feel like that's pretty tame. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, I say
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
I'll say Chat GPT.
That is real. A Florida man. I should have linked these actual stories. I totally forgot to do that. But that one is real. I will. Oh, actually, no. I got it. I have it right here. This was from Pinellas County in July 2022. A Newport Richey man was arrested on a felony charge Saturday after authorities said he threw a hot dog at an officer who was warning him of violating a city ordinance. Jason Stoll, 47, ignored the warnings and continued to sell hot dogs. And then after his street closure permit ended, and he was asked to put the hot dog down, but authorities said he continued to try and sell it before intentionally throwing it at the officer. So, yep, that one is real. So, 0 for 1. Not doing good stuff.
Times are
great.
hard, man. You just gotta
Yeah,
trying to
he's
sell
trying
those
to-
hot dogs.
Yeah, he really was just trying to get that out there.
Get your
All
wiener
right.
at that cop.
All right. Next one here. Man claims to have Florida man discovers fucking Christ. Florida man claims to have discovered Fountain of Youth in neighbor's pool, offers eternal youth passes for $10. Real or Chat GPT?
That seems real.
I'm going chat.
Philline?
We got. Oh God. Kind of seems real.
All right, is that your final answer?
Yeah, let's go with real.
That is Chat GPT. So
Let's
that one was
go.
a fake headline, but again, believable. I'm surprised it has not happened quite yet. All right, next one. Florida man arrested for teaching parrots to shout insults at pedestrians. Real or Chat GPT?
That's real.
I'm going back to chat.
Oh God.
There's a lot of parrots down here.
There's a parrot that hangs out at Jack's Beach. That guy that walks around with a parrot.
It's true.
He's never swore at me though.
Let me go real again.
You know, that is Chat GPT.
God dang it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this has happened somewhere, but it is a.
I just couldn't imagine
ChatGPT.
what the parrot would have said that would have resulted in an arrest.
Right.
Slurs.
Oh, well, that's true.
Well, okay. All right. Florida man arrested for pooping on dead possum on street during rush hour. Real or Chat GPT?
There's no
That's
way that's
real.
not real. It's got to be real.
Real.
Real. This happened in, let's see. Oh my God, this was reported yesterday.
Yeah, I was about
Rudy
to say.
Wilcox was picked up by Clearwater police on Wednesday after he was seen dropping trow in the middle of Belcher Road and Willow Tree Trail intersection, and then laying a log on a doubly unfortunate possum in full view of the motoring public. So,
Oh my God.
the possum was already dead, so at least it wasn't a live
Was it?
possum. I think that makes it a little bit better. I don't know. You guys tell me.
I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah, sorry, we're out there disrespecting the possum afterlife. I apologize. I don't know what.
Hey, that's a what did I miss? That happened.
Yeah, that was unintentional.
There you go. That was a bonus story. There you go. That was a honorable mention. All right, last one here. Naked Florida man arrested for trying to open a theme park called Jurassic Swamp with alligators as dinosaur attractions. Real or Chat GPT?
I'm gonna say real.
Can you repeat it?
Yep. Naked Florida man arrested for trying to open theme park called Jurassic Swamp with alligators as dinosaur attractions.
I think that's real, but it's really specific to say that he was naked.
That part did throw me off.
I'm gonna say chat.
It is ChatGPT. Again, not bad. I typed some other ones that they came up with here. Let's see. Florida man dressed as pirate arrested for attempting to commandeer a yacht to search for buried treasure in local marina. Believable. Honestly,
Good one. That's a good
I
one.
would believe. I would believe that. Man in Florida declares backyard a no-gravity zone, attempts to sell anti-gravity socks to neighbors. That's Chat GPT. Florida man attempts to break world record for most selfies taken with wild ostriches at local zoo. I also thought that one was
That's
was
a good
pretty
one.
solid. Yeah, pretty solid as well. So I think we're going to rely a lot on Chat GPT for some of these games. But thanks, guys, for participating in the very first episode of Florida Man or Chat GPT. Oh, there it goes. I gotta have somebody come up with like an actual instrumental for this where I can have like a voiceover. I might just do it myself. That'll be fun.
I'll sing it.
All right, there we go. Okay, let's do these two top 10 lists here. We got one for food and then one that is a nerdy list here. So since we are all millennials and fans of the original Pokemon, I have this up here, and this was based on a Reddit fan vote. And they asked the question, who is your favorite Pokemon from the original 151? This one's relatively easy. There are some surprises on here, though, that I did not expect. So we're going to do all 10, and because I think we can probably get through this one pretty quickly. So what do you guys think? You can work together as a team, no time limit or anything. And what do you guys think? Who the top 10 favorite Pokemon based on a Reddit poll?
Smash.
Charmander.
52,000 replies, actually.
Pikachu.
So,
Charmander.
you said Charmander is not on the list.
Pikachu.
Pikachu is not on the list. Pikachu is a
Staryu.
very... No Staryu. Pikachu is a very mainstream Pokemon. A lot of people are kind of sick of Pikachu.
Charizard.
Charizard's number 1. I'm surprised it took us that long. Charizard is number 1.
Eevee.
Eevee is number 5. So Eevee is number 5.
Venusaur.
Venusaur... No Venusaur.
Mewtwo.
Yeah.
No Mewtwo.
Mew.
Squirtle.
Mew.
Squirtle is number 7. No Mew.
Gengar.
Gengar is number 2.
Yeah.
Yep. People love the ghost Pokemon. I mean, Haunter is better, but it's okay.
Is Haunter there?
No Haunter.
No.
So it's not better.
Arbok.
It is. No Arbok.
Psyduck.
Good. No Psyduck. Good guess, though.
Ditto.
Nope.
Jigglypuff.
No Jigglypuff.
We're just gonna go through all one.
Yeah, you guys
Pokemon
should have
first.
just started at 1. Number 3 is really surprising, honestly. I was very surprised to see it
Caterpie.
here. No.
Vulpix. People love Vulpix.
No.
Ninetales.
Ninetales is number 8.
Interesting.
I like Kadabra because of the spoon.
No Kadabra.
Machamp.
No.
Machamp.
No, none of the Machamps.
Mankey.
No.
Okay. Are they like final evolution? I mean,
three of them are, yes.
Weepin' Bill.
No. Very odd guesses that you guys are throwing out here.
Gyarados.
No, surprisingly. I thought Gyarados would be on here too.
Arcanine.
Arcanine is number 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good
Yeah,
one.
I mean, really cool design. I was just surprised that it was at number 3. I love Arcanine. I was just surprised
Yeah.
that it was that high. 923
Cubone.
votes. No Keybone. You guys are missing 1, 2 final evolutions and a first evolution and just one that doesn't evolve.
Oh, it's got to be Zubat.
I'm not gonna respond. to that.
Lickitung.
No Lickitung.
Coughing.
Farfetch'd.
Nope.
Mime.
No.
Chansey.
Nope.
I forgot what it's called, but it's like that Aerodactyl. Is that the one? Is that,
No
is that
Aerodactyl.
No.
Alakazam.
No.
Hitmonlee.
No.
Did someone say Gyarados?
Yeah,
I
someone
did.
did.
Oh.
Do you want the type? We'll start with number 4. Do you want what? Do
Okay.
you guys? What kind of clue do you guys want? Do you want type?
Yeah, let's go with type.
Grass.
Metapod.
That's bug.
Oddish? Oh, that's
No.
poison.
The way you said this bug.
It
It's a
is
fight.
bug.
It's a bug.
Huh?
Gloom.
Is that a final evolution?
No.
So it's a regular.
Did we go through all the Bulbasaur evolves?
It's Bulbasaur.
Am I frozen?
Oh, it's
Bulbasaur's
Bulbasaur.
number 4. Bulbasaur's
okay.
number 4. A lot of love for Bulby. Let's see. Number 6 is okay. I can't tell you what type it is because that'll give it away. It is a final evolution.
Executor. What
No.
is that one?
Very, very strong final evolution. Towards
you
the
say
end.
Alakazam?
Dragonite.
Dragonite. Yep, Dragonite's
Yeah.
number 6. No Alakazam, Eric. Somebody said Alakazam.
Damn.
We
'Cause of
got
the spoons.
Squirtle. We got 9. I think all we have left. Oh, we have 9 and 10. Number 9, normal type. Big.
Ditto? Oh, no, we said Ditto. Big?
Kangaskhan.
No, not Kangaskhan.
Is that even one of the 151?
Kangaskhan?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Big.
Snorlax.
Yeah. Snorlax.
Oh,
Yep. Number 9. And then number 10 is a final evolution.
what type?
Dog Trio.
Water.
Oh.
Blastoise.
This is Blastoise.
Oh.
Blastoise number 10.
Wow, that
Everyone
took us a
likes
long
the
time.
squirt.
It did take
So
you way
s-
longer than I thought it would. So Blastoise 10, Snorlax 9, Ninetales 8, Squirtle 7, Dragonite 6, 5
Smash.
Eevee,
Pass.
4 Bulbasaur, 3 Arcanine, 2 Gengar, 1 Charizard.
Smash.
There you go. So I don't know what to do with the information that Jordan just gave you, but okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, I don't know if I like this one. Okay, we might do both of these lists. Okay, let's transition to food here as we get a little bit closer. So somebody on BuzzFeed did a ranking of Thanksgiving dishes. So they ranked the top 10 Thanksgiving dishes based on their list. So there wasn't any survey or anything going on here. This is just a community contributor post that has a lot of interaction, and that's the one that I went with because it was kind of hard to find just like a definitive list. So we're gonna go with BuzzFeed here. So ranking them from 10 to 1 for Thanksgiving dishes. Let's see if we can get all 10.
Turkey?
I don't know if 2 qualifies as a dish, but we'll see. Turkey, they listed at number 5.
Stuffing.
Stuffing is number 4.
Macaroni and cheese.
Not on here.
This will let me know what type of list this is. Green bean
He's already
casserole.
wrong.
It's number 3. It's number 3. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's number 3. They put it at number 3.
This will let me know what type of list it is. Tell me where green bean casserole is.
10.
Oh, that's
Nope.
a good list.
9. 9, 9, 9.
Okay, good. It shouldn't be on there, but pretty low is good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like green bean casserole.
Mashed potato.
Because you're a trash person.
Mashed potatoes is number 1. I'm just going to give you number 2 because they put gravy. Shouldn't that be paired with mashed potatoes?
Well, no, because some
Have it
people
on the
put gravy
side.
on their turkey. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you don't
but-
usually have like a thing of gravy that you pass around.
You have
Yeah.
the gravy
Yeah, you
bowl.
do. There's like a little
Pour
bowl.
it.
You put it in like a
Yeah, the
It's a
gravy
boat.
That's
Yeah.
what I said. You put it in a
Oh, I
separate...
thought you said there's usually not a thing. I was like, what are you
No.
doing? Just like dumping gravy from the bottom?
Give me the gravy. I'm drinking gravy
God.
like Adam Page is drinking blood.
All right, we're missing 6, 7, 8, and 10.
Maybe dessert pumpkin pie.
No,
there
I don't
desserts
think
on there?
there's. I guess it depends on how you classify number 10.
Sweet potato
Roll.
casserole.
Potato.
Yeah, sweet potatoes. Number 10.
Where's cranberry on there?
Cranberries number 6.
Mm.
So we're missing number 7. Oh, 7 and 8.
Rolls. Rolls.
Oh, did somebody say a pie?
Yeah. I
There
said-
is a dessert on here.
Oh,
What'd you say?
apple. I said
No.
pumpkin.
Pumpkin 8. Yeah, pumpkin's number 8.
Okay.
And then number 7.
Turkey.
Turkey was number 5. That was the first thing.
Literally the first guess.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Ham.
Ham.
No ham.
Interesting.
Mm.
Beans.
What kind of beans?
Baked beans.
No.
Barbecue
What?
beans.
No.
What?
Green beans.
Green beans. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Well, didn't we already do green bean casserole?
Yeah,
but
that's
they put-
separate.
but that's
It's not the
separate.
same.
Who does
know
green
that.
beans twice?
I eat green beans on casserole.
Jordan got really offended by that.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So, all right. That's the list of. This was more so of just a again someone's personal preference, but that's why we're going to do this last one here. So because this one is more based on surveys. So this is we'll close out the episode of what has been a very, very fun return for What Did I Miss. This is a Gaming Gorilla article from a couple months ago, from August. The top 25 most popular video game characters of all time. We're only going to let's only do the top 5 here since we're running a little long. So we'll do the 5, and this was based off of a list created by researching and rounding up information from the most reputable web sources. So let's do number 5, or the top 5 for most popular video game characters.
Mario.
Mario's number 1. I think that was the easiest one. Yeah, Mario's definitely number 1, which is wrong if you listen to the very last episode of what was that series we did? Up, High, Down, Low.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's wrong as far as putting him at number 1. But yeah, number 1.
Master
Mario.
Chief.
Master Chief number 6. So right on the outside of the top 5.
Link.
Zelda. Yeah,
Link.
Link. Zelda.
Link is number 4. Mm-hmm.
How many more Nintendo characters are there?
I'm not going to tell you.
That means at least one.
That means all of them.
Possibly.
Nook.
Who?
Tom Nook.
Oh, Nook. From...
Oh no. You can't even
Luigi.
play as Tom Nook. No. How would Luigi be on here?
Ash Ketchum.
No.
Red.
No, you're missing like a really big one.
Kirby.
Kirby is on here, but I think they are Nope, never mind. They're not on here.
Which ones are we missing? 2, 3, and 4?
2, 3, and 5.
2, 3, and
Right.
5. Yeah, 5 is strange, man. I was surprised.
Star Fox.
No.
The silence is deafening.
Snake.
Number 10 is Solid Snake.
Oh,
Good guess.
As you can see, I'm not the video game person here. The one that's in the droid.
Oh, yeah, you talking about
Metroid?
Metroid? Yeah, no, she's
Yeah.
not on here.
Okay.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is number 8.
What about Ratchet?
No Ratchet and Clank. You guys are missing like a big, like main franchise.
Nathan
Spyro.
Drake.
No Drake, no Spyro.
Wow.
I feel like we mentioned big
ones.
Yeah, I know. It's like, those are big,
There's-
right?
You are, but
Marcus Phoenix.
no,
Ezio.
no.
I think we're gonna need some hints.
All right, let's go to number 2. It's a franchise you guys have already said. You're just picking the wrong character.
Luigi.
Not Luigi.
Bowser.
Bowser.
No,
Oh.
Wario.
Toad.
no,
Peach. Yoshi.
no. You're in the wrong franchise.
That would have been helpful like 20 guesses
I know,
ago.
but we would keep going.
Like
I
immediately.
don't remember what we guessed.
Link.
Link. Zelda.
Zelda.
Have Link. Link is number 4. You already said Link.
Zelda.
Not Zelda. Not wrong franchise.
Oh.
It's a character you mentioned, but it was not on the list because you picked the wrong character.
Well, yeah, obviously, because
Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah, but it was a universe that you had mentioned, but it's not the right character.
Ash Ketchum.
Okay,
Pikachu.
there you go. Pikachu is number 2.
That's
some
not a
horseshit.
playable character.
There's Detective Pikachu. The eye roll was so loud. All right, number 3. How can I do this? This character has a movie.
Mario.
Luigi.
Fuck off!
The trick.
No, Nathan Drake does not have a movie, despite what people think.
Like a recent movie?
Oh yeah, you're gonna be so mad.
Scorpion.
No, but Scorpion I think is on here, number 22. So
It's a
not
movie,
a bad guess.
not a show.
Freddy
Teenage
Fazbear.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's a movie. No,
The movie came out this year.
no. Last
Last
few years
year?
though. Last
Okay.
few years. Both of them. This is so frustrating.
Frustrating for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
a movie.
They have a sidekick.
Batman.
Nope.
Angry Birds.
No.
The bird. We mentioned it though. That's what Phil said.
No,
Minion
that was for
Rush.
number 2. That was for number 2.
Minions.
No! Is there a Minion video game? Not Minion,
Minion
Rush.
Rush.
That does not count.
No, who's the minion sidekick? So we grew.
Oh,
True.
right.
Also not a video game.
Rayman.
Rayman's number 25. So
Wow.
I wouldn't put that over Ratchet. But okay. Trying to think of some other some other
Spider-Man?
hints here that wouldn't give it away. No. Okay, has a movie, has a sidekick. What else can I think
Dark
here?
Knight. Batman.
Is it an animated movie?
No. No.
Oh.
Nathan
No, it's
Drake.
not. There is no.
The Last of Us man.
Joel is on
Joel.
here. He's number 18.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't a movie, and it's not. His name is not The Last of Us Man.
Um.
Don't do that again.
All right. It's an animal. I don't know what else to tell you.
That had a movie recently.
Yeah, within the last 5 years, I would say. Let me see.
Who? Oh.
Oh, it's
Paddington.
fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
Ah. Oh.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog. 2020 and 2022. Yeah, I was like, I cannot believe that you guys are going to do this. 5 is strange. So I'll say this. 5 is a group. So it's 3 people in a very, very popular game.
Resident Evil.
No, but it is a main franchise. When people think of gaming, they think of this game.
Is it the cast of GTA?
It is, yeah.
Ah.
Michael, Franklin, and Trevor at number 5. 6 Master Chief, 7 Lara Croft, 8 Donkey Kong, 9 Crash Bandicoot, 10 Solid Snake, 11 Pac-Man, 12 Kratos, 13 Agent 47, 14 Joe Valentine, 15 Commander Shepard. Sam Fisher on this list, getting some love. Duke Nukem, 17. Joel, 18. Geralt of Rivia, shout out to Andrew, number 19. John Marston, 20. Cloud Strife, 21. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Max Payne, and Rayman round out the top 25. So there you go. Cannot believe it took that long to get Sonic. That was wild.
It was tough.
He's just not
But-
on our top list.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
So-
they're fun. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing that new Sonic game that's like multiplayer. That
Where
might be
did
fun,
Luigi rank in the top 25?
but- All right, well, guys, that has been. What did I miss? 3.0, and Eric, I think it was as hectic as I think we thought it was going to be. but also a lot of fun. So it'll be interesting to see how this evolves over time. Again, thanks to Jordan and Philline for joining us for this absolute mess. But yeah, I think this was a really, really good time, and I'm excited to kind of see what happens next. We already have people expressing interest, coming on in 2024 too. So we're just gonna, mix and match guests and continue to have a good time. But I had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, and if you stuck around to the end of the episode, let us know what you think we should incorporate. We are definitely open to feedback for this, because this is gonna be a monthly kind of bonus episode. With us changing our episode count weekly, this allows us the flexibility to do these types of things. So if you also want to come on, let us know. That's also something we're kind of looking into for some of our audience members, some of our former guests to join, and maybe have some type of audience element. We're going to play around with that feature. You may have seen the share screen feature if you're on the video portion. So we're just kind of messing around with it, trying to see what works, what doesn't. And we appreciate Philline and Jordan for putting up with us while we figure this all out.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on, y'all. Anything else you want to tell our audience before we get out of here? This episode will probably come out after Thanksgiving, so hopefully, well, I don't know. We haven't decided. But anything else you want to mention to our audience before we wrap it up?
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you watched us on Patreon. And be sure to stay tuned. February 2024, all of us are going to be participating in the Florida Man Games. I will be evading arrest.
Okay, I thought this was going to be a
St.
Brick
Augustine.
City. I thought she was going to promote Brick City, and I was like, wow, that's really nice.
That's also, we will also be doing that.
I thought Jordan was going to plug the convention, and I was like, man, that's really nice of her to do. Oh god, yeah! Check us out in the Florida Man Games. We'll be running around with our UFO tacos. It'll be a good time with that money that we stole from that waitress.
And then and then you can also find us at the Squid Games reality
the
TV
Squid Game
show.
game. Yeah, and then I'll be on Love Is Blind because Philline keeps trying to sign me up. So
Yes!
you can find us everywhere. But again, if
Submitting
you
your
stuck
application
around,
now. Thank you for giving me the.
appreciate it. Yeah, for those of you that again stuck around through this this mess, thank you so much. And we promise we do have more structured content here on the podcast, and you can find all of that in the Linktree link of our show notes. You'll find all of our archived episodes. You'll also find all of our social media links that you need. And also, if you want to interact with us even more one-on-one, you can also join our Discord page, which has been a whole lot of fun. Philline and Jordan are active in there. We thank you guys for keeping it fun. And yeah, it's been it's been a blast as we transition into 2024, Eric, and we just have a lot more content planned for everybody, including this with What Did I Miss? And then, of course, the end of the year awards coming up. Just a whole bunch of really, really fun things planned. And, I just can't wait to see and can't wait to share it with our audience. But if you find yourself wanting to support the show, you can do a couple of things. One, you can share this episode, share it with your friends, social media, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us 5-star reviews. That is a great way to do that. But if you find yourself wanting to support the show, maybe a little bit extra, Eric will let you know how you can do that.
Yeah, so you can go directly to the Buzzsprout page, our website, and support us there, or you could take those monetary funds over to Patreon, where patrons like Stefan and Breyer are supporting the show, and it'll get you exclusive access, like behind the scenes to episodes like this, early access to episodes like this, and a lot more. But once again, thanks to Philline, to Jordan for joining us. Phil, this was a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again. And again, we appreciate each and every one of you guys for listening, for watching, for liking, commenting, all the above. My name is Mr. Eric Almighty. That is my co-host, Phil the Filipino, and our wonderful guest for this evening. And please don't forget that we release new episodes in the podcast every Wednesday with some bonus episodes like this one and bonus content on TikTok. All you got to do is wait for it. Oh, God. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Spin that wheel.
Hold on. Can I put everybody back in?
No, stop.
Oh, no. I cleared the list.
So, I heard you're looking for a go-to source for entertainment.
Wait for it.
Gaming?
Wait for it.
Anime?
Plus Ultra!
Mr. Eric Almighty and Phil the Filipino? Yeah, they've got you covered. And all you gotta do is wait for it. This is the Wait For It podcast.